Alright guys, welcome back. So I have set up this code here for you guys to look into. So basically in this tutorial we're going to delete all of the resources that we have used, and that way we don't incur any further cost for running this whole project. So basically the first thing we're going to do is obviously delete processor. Then we're going to this was by the way, the processor was something that we created when we wanted to work on document AI to create those chunks of our document. From there we're going to delete the vector search index that we created before, and then from there we're also going to delete the deployed endpoint for that index, and then lastly we will be deleting the bucket that we created to store our JSON file. So this is how it's going to work. I have just in this whole thing the code is literally the same. It's only this line that's going to work. Rest everything is it's all try and accept and stuff. As you can see, we're just going to delete this index, and then first here we're going to undeploy, and then after that we're just going to delete it. So that's it. That's the only code. So let's go ahead and run this. And by the way, while we do this thing, I have also provided you guys with the location of each of these resources. You just need to replace your location here, US or EU, and then replace your project ID in here, and then use that URL to look at all the processors, to look at the processor obviously that you have created. In some of the cases in which you have done a lot of retries and stuff, in those cases you might see more than one processes in those locations. For example, as you can see in here, I've created multiple processors. So in this case, obviously when I go ahead and run this code, one of them which this thing is referencing, it's only that one that's going to be deleted, so rest of all of them would not be deleted. So in that case, since I am into the UI, I can go ahead and delete them manually by using the console. So the first thing you need to do is obviously set this to true. Reason being, the reason I left it to false by default is if somebody goes and runs all of the all of this code, then in that case these resources would be created but they would not be deleted because the default condition is false. So what you need to do is when you want to delete, set this to true. That way we know that we're going to delete this. So first of all, let's go ahead and delete processor. So let me just run this code and let's see if this doesn't errors out. Okay, so as you can see, it is saying that it has deleted, and let's see if we find something in here. We don't see much. I'm just going to, if you guys notice, then the number of processors here has reduced, so one of them was probably deleted. So for the rest of them, I'm just going to delete them, all of them, yeah. So this is how you delete them. So I'm just going to delete it. There's also one more way if you guys want to ever use it. It's to use this ID and replace it in here, I believe, and give that as a name, and then you can delete them all as well. So I'm just going to delete all these one after the other. So it's only few, so I'm just going to delete them. Okay, so now we have deleted all the processors, so we're good to go from here. Then next we're going to delete this vector search index that we created. So I'm just gonna run this, and as you can see, this one was deleted as well. You can see these things in this place. I've also provided, by the way, the URL. You just need to replace your project ID and you should be able to see this thing. So we have our vector index here, and as you guys can see, I have created multiple before, so I have them here as well. And these are some endpoints that I've created as well. I'm just going to delete these in a bit, but let me show you guys how to delete those endpoints as well that we have created. So again, the same thing. First it's going to delete disable, and then it's going to delete the endpoint. So let me just run this part as well, and as you guys can see, it deleted the endpoint that was referencing the index as well. So if I go ahead and maybe in here, you could see, I believe one of them was deleted here as well. So again, here as well, we're going to do the same thing, in which we're going to delete these manually, because we created them because of our retries and stuff. So in some of the cases, guys, like you might see, for example, you might not be able to delete anything like this in here. A reason being, there would probably be like some deployments, so you just need to go ahead and undeploy them first, and then you can go ahead and delete them manually. So in this case, I can go ahead now and delete this. Alright guys, so now we have deleted everything in vector search, so we're good to go on that part as well. The last thing we're going to delete is our bucket. So let me show you guys the bucket that we created. If you guys remember, this was the bucket, and it only had that JSON file, so that embedding data. But if you guys do a lot of retries and stuff, obviously you would end up with a lot of files here as well. So yeah, this was the JSON file that we created. So the reason you were able to see a lot of files here is because I also did a lot of retries and stuff to run this thing, so that's the reason I see that. But yeah, if you run this, it's probably going to delete that bucket as well. And I believe if I just go ahead and refresh, yeah, I think if I go and yeah, there you go. So we don't see the bucket as well. So with this thing, we deleted everything. You can also, by the way, if you want, you can go ahead and delete the project as well, like delete. However, the only issue in deleting the project is that it's gonna take a little bit of time. Like usually there's some like it takes like at least like 30 days or something. So Google does some backup and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, you can also, if you want, you guys can also go ahead and delete projects as well. So I believe one way to delete a project is to do it somewhere here, I guess. Project settings, and somewhere here you would find delete, I guess. But yeah, shutdown is that's how you can, I guess, shut down a whole project. Yeah, so if you do this, then in that case you won't be incurred any charges as well. And yeah, you can always select here and go ahead and delete the entire project. So I'm just gonna delete the entire project. As you can see, project should be scheduled to delete after 30 days, so it's gonna take some time. Yeah, so yeah, after 8 August probably this whole project would be deleted as well. So yeah, with this we come to the end of our whole tutorial series. I hope you guys have learned a lot, and I'm gonna add this thing to the same GitHub repository so you guys can see and interact and work with this thing. Yeah, please like and share to this video and this whole tutorial. And yeah, thank you so much for taking this tutorial. See you guys in some other course. Thank you so much. Bye.